Hey, how are you guys? It is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. Now, in this video, I'm going to be covering every single freebie that you could give away. And when I say every single freebie, I mean a list of tools that people can download to get into your ecosystem, however they first engage with your company, whether that's Google ads, Facebook ads, that could just be visiting your website so you can start building up your leads. And I don't want to hide anything. I'm going to go right through this entire process. Before I get into it, I do want to mention one thing, my free masterclass down in the links below. And by the time you see this video, you can actually go grab that worksheet also in the video description. So that way you can put it up right on your wall here and you can go through it one by one and say, hey, I want to make this and circle, cross out, whatever you want to do. That way you can have the best results possible. I made sure that it is a nice printable format for many of you, and it'll be just a great little asset to have around your office. So let's get into it. Freebies. What a freebie is essentially a trade that you give away some kind of value in exchange for basically somebody stopping by. And those freebies can really range in a lot of different areas, but ultimately you want to start building your email list. It's really, really important to do that. And your email list is essentially your list of customers or potential customers that you can send out value add emails. You make a new tool, you want to let these people know about it. You do something different, you want to let these people know about it because they might really benefit from the tools that you're creating. Just like this worksheet. This worksheet is a freebie that I give away for myself to help everyone else. Because I know a lot of people out there are struggling on how they're going to get leads and where they're going to get leads from, and then how to just get people on your email list so you can start saying, look, we're growing. It's all proof that's happening currently. So I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to go through it, and I'm just pumped about this because this is probably the last video of a series, and I might do a full recap of the 3 videos prior to this one. If you haven't seen those yet, you're going to want to go watch those either right now or after this video. So right off the bat, before we get into the freebies, you have to go through the buyer persona. I've mentioned this in every single video. And the reason being is your buyer persona form that I've made for you. Once again, link down below, but you need to be able to go through and identify who these people are. Otherwise, your freebies are really not going to be that great. We have your demographics, your psychographics, behavior and habits. There's a bunch more down here, pain points, but if you want to use it, go use it, print it out, and fill that out because this is going to make a massive difference. Every freebie that you make to get people into your ecosystem is going to be based on this worksheet. You have to know who your dream client is. Whether it's 50 computers, 100 computers, 10 computers, this kind of system, this kind of software, you want to get as granular as possible. Now, this first page is more of the generics. The second page, which you can go download down below, is much more thorough as far as asking the right questions. But you need to fill out this whole piece of paper. So that way, when you go build these freebies and you start integrating it with your funnels or you start practicing different marketing strategies, you know exactly what they want to see. It would be really, really weird if I started making content for hot air balloon people because that's not my target market anymore. MSP business owners and aspiring business owners are now people that I want to help, and I've been doing a great job helping them. So I just want to make sure that you go through that because if you don't and you just start making freebies, you're never going to get really in touch with your target market. It is really, really vital. Now, let's get into the freebies here. I've already built out this whole worksheet. Once again, it will be down in the list below. And many of you guys have already started grabbing it with your audience, right? Your email automations and then your marketing strategies down here. Once again, it's really, really handy to have in your office. So we're going to go right through this list. Number 1, ebooks and white papers. This is something that people can fill out. And a white paper is basically this buyer persona worksheet. As you create things to give away, it could be a test. It could be an ebook saying, hey, this is what happened recently in Vegas with these casinos getting hacked and how to avoid it. Whatever it is, how to train employees, a one-stop guide to training employees so they don't give out sensitive information. All of these can be made by you. It'll take a little bit of time, or you can find a marketing company, you can find somebody else online that will go build it for you. But having a really good idea of creating an ebook or white paper is a simple way. Hey, free vulnerability scan, test, whatever it is. Fill this out. There's so many different opportunities out there. Next is going to be checklists and templates. making sure that your computer systems have all their updates. And when you go search around your office for updates, it is currently taken care of. Templates, another one. Maybe this is a network diagram. Maybe this is a template of how your server rack should look. I'm just getting creative, but budget planning, disaster recovery. I gave some quick little tips in there as well. That way, as you're going through it, you're not like, oh, let me watch this video 100 times and find the right section. I want you to be able to go through and say, oh, here it is, disaster recovering. Here's a disaster recovery template. Do we have our stuff backed up offsite? Are we doing XYZ thing? Do we have employees that know how to be able to log in remotely? The list really can go on and on there. Next, we're going to have webinars and video tutorials. Now, I personally, depending on what kind of MSP you have, love these. If you're teaching compliance, this is a gold mine. If you can target and you're in compliance, the HR people that are in charge of compliance or making sure that things are good, and especially those IT people, chef's kiss. But you could also do a webinar or a video tutorial of what it's like to work with your company. Maybe it's a software that you're helping a bigger company roll out for your clients. There's so many ways that you can leverage a webinar or video tutorial, and I will give you a little secret that you probably won't find online elsewhere. If you decide to do a video tutorial or webinar, especially the webinar part, typically you want to do them live. And you want to do it, hey, we're going to do a live one for every week for the next 2 months, or every other week for the next 2 months, maybe 3 months. Do it over and over and over again. Figure out what questions people are asking. Build it. Keep updating it. Make it better every single time, especially when you do them live. Because when you do them live, they are infinitely more successful. And here's the best part. You can then say and use the software that you have at your disposal. That could be Zoom, that could be Wistia, that could be, I mean, there's so many out there. When you go and post that online, you can see where people are falling off. You can see how they're engaging with it. If they're actually watching the whole thing. When they're live, people typically stick around for quite a while because they know it's live. But after you go through that, or you just look and see, hey, these people, okay, I started seeing people drop off here. That means we need to make it a little better. And if you do it for 2-3 months, by the end of that last period, heck, if you could do it for a whole year, even better, you're going to have the best webinar and record that last one. And then you're done. That's the best part about it. You're going to continuously iterate over and over and over and over again to make the best possible webinar. And then that last one, chef's kiss again. It is the best one you're going to be able to create for that time period. And don't hesitate to revisit it. Revisiting them every couple months is always a good idea. Next is going to be case studies. Now, this sounds crazy, but a lot of people have downloadable case studies. They make these really, really pretty case studies. They are on a PDF sheet. Somebody can go through, click download, and typically you might just say, hey, first name, last name, email address for you to download our case study. Some people want to make it public, and that's okay too. Look at our freebies. Look at all of this beautifulness that we have going on here. And if we're a good fit, fantastic. But if we're not a good fit, those case studies do a really good job at weeding out people that aren't going to be a good fit for your business. But case studies are huge. The downloadable ones, questionable depending on how big they are, but maybe you want to give away half of it and then the other half is a downloadable area. Free trials and demos. This is a bit of a harder one, I know, for MSPs, but think about it. You can offer free network assessments, security scans, threat scans, dark web scans. The list can go on and on as far as free trials and demos. Maybe you want to just do a free computer cleanup for somebody. Yeah, you download an agent, you run the script on it, you show them, hey, this is all the garbage you have on this one computer. Imagine what it looks like through the rest of the entire company. That should be a clear win in your eyes to say, oh my goodness, there is a huge opportunity here. Or if you're an MSP that specifically focuses in on car dealerships or doctor's offices, maybe even specifically dentists, and the more you narrow down, you have a really, really cool software that you help with based on your partnership on your other area here for your marketing, which is going to be that, partnerships and alliances. That could be just a free demo that you're going to give out or a free trial that you can give out from that company that would make a massive, massive difference with not only your target market by saying, hey, because we're a partner, we can give out a free trial, but also they're going to be able to ask questions that maybe the bigger company doesn't have time to answer. That's the benefit of working with you. They're going to get that very tailored, very handhold white glove approach that sets you apart from every other MSP there is, especially in your local market. Next is going to be infographics. These are huge. This is an infographic. This giant thing right here, massively large infographic. You can go through this. Yes, I built this. Is it the sexiest thing in the world? Absolutely not. But I'm not here for sexy. I'm here to help you make tons and tons of money and close deals. That's all I'm here for. So this is a fantastic infographic. Go for it. And you could even turn this into white papers where you could say, hey, this is what your protocol should be for security, and have them fill it in a live webinar. You want to get crazy? Start combining different ones and people are going to think you're a master at it. This is huge. Getting that traffic is vitally important though. Next, we have resource guide, right? I still got a couple more. Cool. We have a resource guide. That could be tools that people need in that industry. That could be why certain people need a multi-factor or two-factor authentication. That list can grow over time, but a resource guide is just super, super helpful. Hey, my printer's not working. Here's a list of 10 steps on what to do to fix that printer. My computer's slow. Here's how to do a free computer cleaning. This is our secret sauce that we give away because you've come to our website. Leverage it. Maybe it's free tools that you just know that other industries or other businesses in your target industry use, and you want to be the one that delivers that information that shows them the guiding light. There's plenty of other digital marketers out there that don't want to give you this information. This is my whole YouTube channel is a resource guide for you. So you can cut through all the garbage, you can cut through all the BS and start to kill it. That's a resource guide. What can I help you with additionally? And leave a comment down below. If you're like, hey, Harrison, I need a video on this, please make it. I'll probably add it to my list. I'm all for it. I want to be the most helpful MSP marketer / sales educator on the internet. And I'm so determined to do that. So if you've gotten this far, leave a comment down below if you think I've missed something, but also hit that like button and that subscribe button, and maybe even that notification bell, because you might learn something, especially in the future. But creating those resource guides are huge. Next is going to be quizzes and assessments. Huge for vulnerability testing. Hey, we built this guide so you can give it to your employees to see how bad they know about technology or security protocols. Boom. This should be a no-brainer. There are plenty of softwares, both free and paid, or you can just create a Google form. Hey, by the way, can you do me a favor? You can download the template that we've created for you. It's going to be a quiz that you can distribute to all of your employees, and you're going to be able to see how good or bad they do as far as a security vulnerability or understanding technology or who is allowed to do certain things in the business. This is a no-brainer. And if you can go one step further and challenge the business owner and say, hey, I bet you can't get 100 on this test. Now, I'm not saying you should make sure that they fail, but it should definitely be some red flags in there that say, oh my goodness, I really need to get an MSP involved with what I'm doing because I am missing out on huge potentially earnings, profitability, but also there are massive, massive gaps in my security vulnerability that I need to address. And that quiz or assessment is just you lighting the fuse in their brain to say, we have a serious problem in there. Now, they might ace it, and that's okay. That means they're not going to be a good client. That's okay too. But for some people, most people will not pass it. Email courses. Oh, we still got one more. Email courses, another huge one. Hey, take our free email course. Now, I do like these. They're definitely a bit easier. They do take, in my opinion, a little bit more time and they're a little less exciting. And you do need some level of CRM. There are plenty out there. I use Go High Level. My affiliate link is down below. You can use HubSpot, but HubSpot, to get that automation, you do have to pay a good bit for it. You can use, I've already mentioned Go High Level, HubSpot. You can use Active Campaign, even MailChimp offers it. You do have to pay for it. It's usually a premium feature, but when somebody signs up, they're going to get an email every 7 days. Hey, take our 7-day or 7-week, 1 month online course where we're going to give you a new email every single month that adds tons and tons of value. That's a huge opportunity for you. Little less sexy, little less fun to build on your end, but if you pack that thing full of good information, it's a no-brainer. And You can let them know, hey, you're going to get it every single Monday at this time is when we produce it, or when it's set up to send out. So make sure you white label our email, and all of your future marketing emails should get in their inbox. Hugely, hugely important. And if you download or you want any of these tools that I've ever mentioned on this channel, you can just get them on your email. If you don't see it, it's just because it ended up in spam. No big deal. And I believe this is the last one. Discounts and promotions. Discounts and promotions are huge. Now, I do say don't discount. Discounting could be some of the worst things that you could possibly do, but there's promotions. There's ways to increase the value of what you're doing and how you help people. So don't think, oh, I can't discount. You might be able to discount. Maybe you have a little bit of wiggle room. Hey, by the way, you came to this webinar, you've gone through our email courses. We're going to give you a 25% discount on your onboarding, right? Don't ever try to avoid a discount on a reoccurring basis. But in many cases, I've given away the onboarding. It is the best. Hey, I'll save you $3,000, but I need a signature right now because boss man, and you could pretend you have a boss. Boss man said, I can't do it otherwise. I have to get a signature now. Otherwise, I have to charge you for your onboarding. And that is a firm, we've never discounted it otherwise. You probably won't be the first one that's going to ask for it. But if I walk out of this door and I get in my car and I pull out of this parking lot, unfortunately, I can't do it. It's the only thing that we offer. And if you're like, how does that actually work? I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove to you how this actually works. There's several companies, but if you can find a door-to-door sales, especially if you've just recently bought a house, you're going to get mailers all the time that are like, hey, come to our house for a free assessment, a free demo, whatever it is. There's a company out there specifically called Power Home Remodeling. I only know this because my house went on fire and they give us a quote. They make sure they have the best sales assassins come and watch their whole presentation because they are very, very good at it. But they make the best deal. They're like, if you sign today, this is your price. But if you don't, this is your price. And they do not mess around with that. If they get to their car and they hit the ignition and hit that gas pedal, that deal's gone. They have to close it right there, and that's their negotiating factor. So I try to tell people, don't discount your services. But if you want to discount the onboarding, hey, 50% off right now if you sign today. We can wipe away that onboarding. We'll do the onboarding just like we do for everybody else. You're going to get the same amount of services. Maybe you have promotions. Hey, I can give you 2 months of this software for free. I can give you antivirus for free. It's normally $10. I'll give it to you for 75% off. Or even free. You build it into your price of giving it away. There are so many creative ways that you can get with discounts and promotions that don't really have to be an actual discount. You can give out discounts if you want to. It's your business. I'm just here to help you make tons of money and get more clients. But figure out what you can do. Get a little creative with it and test it. Yes, clients talk. Of course they do. Everybody talks to each other. But test it. What works for one client might not work for another client. Get a little creative. Ask your clients, hey, if I was to give you a discount right now, what would you want it to be? I can't do anything on the monthly reoccurring. I could give you like free antivirus. We'll knock off $10 a month for it if you want that. But you tell me what would be a cool discount. Put it on them sometimes. It has worked. It's worked for me plenty of times. Hey, do you offer discounts? I don't. But I'm not against it. What do you want? Let's talk about if you really want a discount and that's going to help you sign today, which I definitely know that you need my services. What discount would you want? Can't give away the stuff for free because I wouldn't have a business and I wouldn't have a job. But what kind of discount do you want? I'm open to negotiation. Let's talk about it. Maybe I can't give a discount out. Boss man said I can't give a discount, but I could probably throw in some freebies in there. Maybe some free offsite backup. I don't know. Get a little crazy with it. You'd be surprised how often people are like, ooh, that's pretty cool. It just works. And last but not least, I do want to make sure I uncover this top right box up here because there is a great little tip sitting behind this. And this is huge. This is a great tip, and I wanted to put it all the way at the end. To get higher conversion rates on any of these, A/B test it every single time. Try 2 different offers side by side. Create 2 of those same pages. Use a program called Switchy. You can separate it out to change the traffic. And every 1,000 visitors, retest it. Hey, we got rid of the old one. Let's replace it with a new one, right? Use that buyer persona worksheet to go create ads and landing pages that speak towards your target client. You could use that for everything. I just did it for those ads. That buyer persona worksheet is going to have a massive, massive impact on this entire form, from your marketing strategies to your freebies to how your audience engages with your products, services, and if they end up even buying. Leveraging that and getting in their mind and thinking, what would they want to see will set you apart from the rest of your competitors. And I promise you this, because if you're curious, look at your website and then Google all the competitors in your area. Look at the differences. It's probably just reworded text. It seems to be that in every case. It is rare that people actually go above and beyond and end up changing all of the text for their target market. But as you grow and you're like, oh, I'm finding a bunch of clients in this area, maybe I should fill out this buyer persona form, you're going to just see a hockey stick up of leads, of growth. It is wild. But you have to be the one that goes through and does the buyer persona worksheet. I can only bring a horse to water. I can't make it drink. I love helping you guys out. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, you want to leave a comment on what I might have missed or you want me to cover, leave that down below. Grab this entire worksheet. This entire worksheet will probably be the second link on this video, maybe the third link on this video in the video description. You can go there. And if you're like, how do I get to the video description? Because I've had people say, how do I go to the video description? I'm going to show you how to get to the video description, right? Market your MSP now. I'm just going to pause this so it doesn't keep talking. This is your video description right down here. If you click more, you're going to see all of the links. I have massively helpful videos, your crush at, SEO, interview with me. If you want to sit down and have a chat, you can sit down and interview with me and I'm going to record it and publish it. If you want to book a discovery call, I'm still working on that landing page, so I apologize. But this is when I talk about when I say it's down in the description down below. Some of you guys have had a hard time finding it. I just want to let you guys know about it. Other than that, I love the heck out of you guys. I really appreciate you guys following along. I think I've added tons of value and I want to add more. So leave a comment down below. I love you guys.